When the stepmother saw her stepson falling from the high tower, she didn't hesitate for a single second and immediately jumped after him. Fortunately, the guards managed to grab her in time, and luckily, Bojji's backpack cushioned the fall, knocking him unconscious instead of killing him. The queen rushed down to the base of the tower. When she saw Bojji lying on the ground, a wave of intense fear and anxiety instantly overwhelmed her. She then released healing magic, draining all of her strength to heal Bojji's wounds. She didn't stop for even a moment, until Bojji finally regained consciousness. The queen was furious at Bojji for his recklessness. Her hand was raised high, but it came down gently instead. The anger turned into a touch filled with motherly love. After exhausting all her strength to save Bojji, she collapsed to the ground from extreme exhaustion. This stepmother, who appeared strict and harsh toward Bojji, had in fact always loved him deeply. When Bojji was injured during a duel with her biological son, she secretly healed him in the middle of the night. The reason she opposed Bojji becoming king was simply because she didn't want this deaf and mute child to suffer even more harm. She had always been silently watching over him. However, their first meeting was far from pleasant. When the queen first arrived at the palace, she tried to greet Bojji, hoping to build a good relationship with him, but Bojji said nothing and walked away without a word. In order to be accepted by Bojji, the queen played with him every day and bathed him herself. When Bojji was bitten by a two-headed snake, even though she was terrified of snakes, she still kicked it away without hesitation. She had always treated Bojji as her own son. After all, who would bother learning sign language for someone they didn't truly care about? But after the queen gave birth to the second prince, she became increasingly strict with Bojji, because she knew she couldn't take care of him for his entire life. She needed him to grow stronger on his own. Sometimes, when harsh words slipped out of her mouth, she would stop her subordinates from translating them. If anyone mocked Bojji, she would threaten to sentence them to death. Her refusal to let Bojji become king came from her fear that he wouldn't be able to handle the role, and that his status might place him in constant danger. In her mind, the best solution was for Dida to become king and protect him, allowing Bojji to live a carefree life. But she never expected Dida to turn out to be a narrow-minded ruler. After a night of deep reflection, the queen finally agreed to let Bojji set out on a journey. She arranged for a swordmaster and a guard to escort him to her homeland. This stepmother, who seemed cruel on the surface, had always loved Bojji quietly from behind the scenes, and Bojji had always understood her love.